And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather. It is Thursday, July the 23rd. This week is flying by. It'll be Friday before you know it, won't it? We've got some weather to talk about here in just a moment. I want to say a big thank you to Wade Phillips and the good folks at Northcrest Baptist Church. Wade came by yesterday and was here to tell us about Love Out Loud. We'll play that in a minute to find out what's going on in the community with that. And also, I'll have a special guest, Candace May, coming in this morning with me to talk about news stories. That's right around the corner. Well, now as we turn to news weather this morning, we go over to take a look at what we've got. There is a tropical disturbance in the Gulf that should affect Texas by Friday. It's down kind of forming right now, but it'll head over to Texas and not hit Mississippi at all. There will be some rain showers a little bit there, but mostly in Texas and Louisiana is where that's headed. As a matter of fact, let's look at our rainfall amounts there. It's going to be from Corpus Christi, Brownsville down in here through Corpus all the way back to New Orleans will be the heavier part of the rain with this tropical disturbance. That's going to be through Saturday. Now, this is going to officially come across there about Friday. We'll start feeling the winds for it later this afternoon, but nothing serious for us. That's the way it is. Now, we have to turn our eyes to another situation. Tropical Storm Gonzalo is in the Atlantic. If I said that correctly, it's expected to become the first hurricane of the 2020 season in the Atlantic. So be ready. This should be forming sometime on Friday is what everybody's expecting and be named. We'll watch that closely. That's where that is. As we turn to weather this morning, brought to you by MEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, let's go down, and since we were talking about that, and take a look at where this tropical storm that is getting ready right in here that is going to turn into a hurricane in the Atlantic. It's forming now. Now, up in here is where the tropical depression is that's forming that will go over here to Texas and dump all of that rain through there. We'll get a little bit, but not near what's going to happen in the Texas area. That's how it turns out. As we turn to our forecast today, let's think about what's going on. We have a 40% chance of showers, and it will hit in the afternoon after 1 o'clock sometime. Sunshine most of the day, high of 94, but that heat index will hit 100. Now, it's going to be gusty because of that tropical depression that's going across the Gulf there, about 20-mile-an-hour gust this afternoon. As we head into tonight, a 30% chance of rain, a low around 74. Back tomorrow, increasing to a 50% chance of rain, and that is due to that depression that we talked about. Hot. 102 is what we'll have on Friday for that heat index, 93 for the official temperature. As we look ahead to the weekend, a 30% chance of rain on Saturday and up to a 40% chance on Sunday is what we're expecting. That's kind of how the weather is shaping up. But again, remember, it's going to be extremely hot this afternoon with that heat index. Make sure to have plenty of fluids, drink, check on your pets and all of that good stuff. That's where the weather stands this morning. Let's take a moment and invite Wade Phillips in from Northcrest Baptist Church, where he came in yesterday afternoon to tell us about Love Out Loud. And with us this morning is Wade Phillips, as lots of things going on in the community, isn't it, Wade?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Love Out Loud. Mm-hmm. And I'll let you tell us a little bit about this and start off with how many years you've been doing this?
Sure. This is our 9th year to do Love Out Loud.
Wow, doesn't seem it.
No, it's gone by fast. We started, I guess that would have been 2012. We had about 75 people from our church, Northcrest, participate. And then, the last few years we've had as many as 35 churches participating and 700 or 800 people out doing volunteer work. Of course, it's different this year because of the pandemic. We've been limited in a lot of the things we do, but we're still able to do some good stuff and love our community.
Is it more of the outside needs that are being taken care of this year?
That's what we've decided to do, kind of focus on mainly things that we can do outside. So we're focusing on basically 5 or 6 big mission projects. We're doing a free car wash every day where as you come in, you get your car washed and somebody will pray for you. So we call that drive-through prayer. Yeah. We're doing, this is Wednesday when we're recording this, and on Wednesday we're doing what we call, it's a bed build for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is a group that builds beds for kids in our community, builds bunk beds for them. Actually, started by a couple of our church members. And so we're doing a big build for them, had about 50 people out doing that. We're working with Habitat for Humanity. We are helping schools get ready for school, and in addition to doing yard work or whatever they need, doing prayer walking those schools every day. And then our final and one of our biggest missions is something we call just random acts of kindness, where we're just looking to do everything from providing goodie bags for healthcare workers and teachers as they get ready to go back to school, taping coins to laundromat washing machines and things like that. So somebody get a free, get a free wash on us, or putting popcorn on a red box,
right,
that you can grab. Just simple things like that, and just to say, hey, the people of God love you and they love this city.
So how many you got on your car washing crew? I'm just curious here.
I think some days they've had between 10 and 15 people out there washing cars every day. So
And Lord, let me tell you, as warm as it's been, it's cooled out, isn't it?
It is hot out there. Both my kids have been doing the car washes, and they come home just completely worn out every day.
Now, if you'd like to take a part of it, or if you need a little help with something, who do you contact?
Simplest thing to do, if you want to volunteer, go to lolmeridian.com, and you'll see what we have for the next couple of days that we'll be doing. You can get registered, and then you'll get an email that tells you exactly where you need to go. And same thing, there's a place if you want to contact us and say there's something that you need, if we can help, we certainly want to be able to do that.
All right, and as always, Northcrest Baptist Church is there on a regular basis for you. How do you become a member? How do you invite? Are we still? And of course, I do know the answer to that. It's still online. You can still watch. But of course, I know that you want to invite people to come.
Absolutely. We of course, a lot of people who aren't ready to come back to church right now, and we certainly understand that. But if you are ready, we're doing services, every Sunday. Right now, we're doing them at 10:30 at 6 and 6. And then beginning the first Sunday of August, we are going to add a 9 o'clock service that will be just for people who are over 65 or in some kind of vulnerable population. So far, we've asked those groups of people to stay home, but we're going to open this up just for them. They can come in first thing before anybody else gets there. They can worship and they can go home before anybody else gets there. So trying to make that safe for them. And so we'd love anybody who's interested in coming to come.
Now, if you've never been to Northcrest, it's easy to find North Hill Street. Pretty much when it goes back to Tulane, you're there.
That's right. We're right beside the old bowling alley. And, of course, we bought the old bowling alley now, and we're hoping to do something with that soon. But, yeah, you can't miss us. It's on North Hill Street. And the park, to give you one hint, the parking lot is in the back.
There you go.
Some people don't find the parking lot, but it's in the back, so just drive around behind.
At a quick glance, you'd look and go, whew, I don't know where I'd
Where
park.
they're going to put all those people. That's right. We got plenty of parking in the back for you.
But great folks, and I go to church there as well. I'd love to have you there.
Yeah,
Wade, let me thank you. And again, Love Out Loud is it. And what's the web address again?
lolmeridian.com.
Thank you, Wade. I appreciate
Scotty
it.
Ray.
And good morning. Special guest with us once again, Miss Candace May. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Been cutting a lot of hair?
Today's been a slack day, but, we have been busy.
So if you need a haircut, this is a lady you need to go to. Tell everybody where they can come see you and get the hair done.
Okay. Walla Salon. It's in North Hills, right behind North Hills Dental. And there's 5 of us there. We welcome new customers every day.
So
just come see us.
truthfully, is a man a whole lot easier to cut than a lady? Is that really the skinny of it all?
No, sometimes it doesn't take as long because they don't have to get, the shampoo and blow dry and everything. No, I mean, some of them do, but you'd be surprised how picky some men are about their hair. So,
Look, as you know,
and sometimes that can take longer and be.
You
more
know
hassle.
what's underneath my hat and how simple that is. As we move on to news stories this morning of what's going on in and around the nation, we're going to give you a few peeks of what exactly is going on. Now, this was breaking news earlier today as the U.S. Trump is telling them he's going to close the consulate for China in Houston. And what they had done, they're taking IP addresses from people and hacking into things they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. They were messing with lab results.
Correct.
And stuff, yeah.
And
we
then-
need help in that situation.
Oh, tell us about it. And then, of course, the video has been all day of the smoke coming out in the backyard of this joint where they're burning papers that they don't want everybody to see.
Oh.
So
yeah.
shame, shame, shame on them. That's a little bit of what's going on. Our next news story as we move forward today, if I can get that to work. Have you ever been to New York?
I have not.
Neither have I. I've heard stories of other people that went, said they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But as we watch things that are going on in that town with, the cutback on police, do you really want to go there right now?
No. I mean, I just don't understand how people think that defunding the police and cutting back on police is going to help matters any. I mean, people have lost their mind in this country right now. I just believe that common sense has flown completely out the window.
It has. Now,
Okay.
it's gotten so bad that somebody made a banner and hung it off the freeway there. A guy named Scott Libido, I think. I probably mispronounced his name. But it shows him holding the Statue of Liberty in hand, and it is sort of that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a sick picture, but it's actually what's going on. I mean, he's
He's lost
completely brutalizing the American,
Yeah, and
I mean,
getting rid of what reality really is.
yeah, I mean, he really is. I mean, not protecting the citizens of New York and defunding the police or allowing that to happen is just completely destroying the city. I mean,
See, and it
you
started
got
off.
to have,
If you'll remember back a few years ago, it started off with him taxing soft drinks and you not being able to buy over a 16-ounce drink in the city of New York City. It starts that way, and then it ends up.
yeah.
you
Give
know,
them an inch, they take them out.
That's right.
And things
Look at
start
this.
just being completely out of hand, which they've gotten that way everywhere. So,
They have.
you know.
As we move on, and this one is it sad? Is it the best way to say that?
Poor Kanye. I just don't know what in the world's going on with this man. I think he has lost his mind as well. But, he hadn't been a real stable person in the first place. I
No.
think he's been for Trump,
He has.
but
And in 1 minute he's running for president, next minute he's not. He's back running, he's not. At the
Yeah.
end, is he really running? No, because no one in this situation can. Now he's having these little rallies.
yeah. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's supposed to be trying to help Trump's,
Right.
or I don't know. It kind of makes him just look like he's really very unstable. Though,
Yeah, and if you
know.
want something entertaining, just go to his Twitter account and spend 20 minutes because it seems like late in the night, 11 p.m. is where he gets to tweeting things and
Yeah.
kind of deep out there. Now, the right to bear arms is, and of course, I know that you are a gun-toting believer in the Second Amendment.
I am.
One thing that they're sneakily, they can't take away your right to bear arms, but they can cut financial ties.
Yeah.
And more, this is sneaky stuff, and it hurts more the smaller companies that make guns than the larger ones. But banks are slowly not giving loans to companies that do this. Say they have to borrow $10 million to make their guns this month. They're not getting those loans like they were.
Yeah.
And
well,
so-
I'm just going to tell you, a lot of people don't believe in, carrying a gun or owning a gun, but I'm just going to tell you the way that this world has gotten.
Yes.
You have to be able to defend your family and yourself. I mean, you can't even go to Walmart and feel safe anymore.
No, the
You
parking
can't-
lots are.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they call it the equalizer, because if somebody is 6 times bigger than you, it does
Yeah.
equalize the situation on a fair playing ground.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't feel 100% comfortable thinking that I might have to shoot somebody one day.
No.
I hope I never, ever have
Absolutely.
to do that. I hope that never happens. But like with the couple who had the guns and they were
Yeah.
defending their own property, and these people, threatened them, and they're paying the price now. The couple is paying the price for.
It ain't right.
It's just wrong. And I just believe that the banks withholding money from these gun
Yeah.
makers, they're cutting their own throats, because in the long run, I believe that we're going to come out on top.
I believe so too.
You know.
As we look at the next story, and of course, you were here last time. We were talking about the day before that the Bronco was coming out. It is out now. Now, what they originally done was they were going to make a special edition. It cost almost 61 grand for one, and they were going to make 3,500 of them. They sold out of those, and then came back and said, "Well, hold on, we're going to do a second run of those." So they doubled it and said, "No, you don't want to take your order, you don't have to." Nobody turned that down, and they sold out of both.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a good-looking vehicle. I mean, it really is.
It's a hit for Ford right now. Expect to see a lot of those on the road as soon as they hit the showroom floors. In other news, now, people steal every day.
Yeah.
But do you really think you can sneak out with a large screen TV?
Yeah. How much discretion do you think that is? That's just crazy. Why would you even attempt that?
Now, this was in Florida where they tried to sneak it past and they were asked for the receipt and they just kept going.
Yeah.
They got to the car and they came out.
Yeah, you can't push that buggy too fast. Okay.
They ended up leaving the TV. I think they may have gotten a few other items, but they left the TV in the parking lot and drove off.
Yeah.
But just, makes you wonder.
Yeah, it does.
And now this is one of the saddest cases that, originally when the story broke of the 3 guys that went fishing, your husband goes fishing, goes off with his buddies and does things like that. and 3 of them were murdered. And we don't know a whole lot yet, but we do know that it had something to do with a pickup truck.
Yeah, I mean, how bad could it be to beat someone to death and shoot them? All
Yeah.
3 of them. I mean, that was a horrible thing in itself, but over a truck. I mean, you know, and of course we don't know the whole story.
No, we don't,
But
not yet.
It's still an awful thing. But for the guy, like we were talking about, who has had 230 felony criminal charges against him, and he's still
Should-
walking the streets. But really, does that surprise you?
Not in today's time, it
No,
does not.
it really does not. I mean, you know, you can, it's like, I have so many emotions right now about everything in this world that's going on, but, you know, I don't understand how people can, you know, in this day and time, you got to pay for what was done a long time ago you had nothing to do with, and the people who are doing things today, they don't have to pay at all.
No, 230 felony charges. I mean, that's a lot to be able to still walk the streets of America. It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And then after, you think about that, of 3 brutal murders and then driving to McDonald's and ordering you, 10 double cheeseburgers and 2 McChickens? I mean, at that point, you really and truly have no, what's the word?
You're sick.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Nothing
you have
bothers
no
you.
conscience about you. You know?
As we look at the next one now, if we'll remember back on this story with Ahmaud Arbery's death, which was before the Floyd death that took place, of where the guy was jogging, he was chased down and shot and murdered.
Yes.
Now, originally we thought this guy in the picture here was just happened to be strolling by, but it turned out there was more to the story. He was with the 2 that shot him to begin with and was videotaping it, I guess, for them.
Yeah.
He was charged as an accessory to it, of being a part of it. Now, after they've had it a little while longer, they've had his phones, he's being charged with sex crimes due to content on the phone. So don't be picking up nobody's phone, is all I can
That's
tell you.
exactly right. You never know.
No, you don't. But that case, we're going to hear more out of this, and it hadn't
Yeah.
even made it to trial yet of what's coming on that. It's going to
Yeah.
be rough. So
Yeah.
be expecting
And that
that.
was in Brunswick, Georgia?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
You know where that is?
I've been to Brunswick, Georgia.
Got any
Yeah.
kinfolks there?
Well, I knew some people who lived in Brunswick, Georgia, and we went over there on vacation a couple of times years ago. So, yeah, I've been there. It's you know, the beach. On the
I didn't realize
Coast,
that.
Yeah, on the East Coast. Excuse me, not coast.
I'll have to make some
I'm
plans.
tongue-tied today. I'm sorry.
Well, we want to thank you for coming in this morning and being a part of that. It was very nice of you to spend a few minutes.
Thank
and,
you. I enjoy being here,
Always
always.
welcome. Come back, girl.
Okay, thank you.
More coming up. We'll give you some details on the weather next. When it comes time to do your grocery shopping, make sure to drop in and see our friend Joe at the Piggly Wiggly. Right now, you can get mandarin oranges, 3-pound bag for only $5.99. Boy, they taste good too. Along with great deals on Vidalia onions, $1.39 a pound. You can take advantage of the russet potatoes as well, $3.99 for that 8-pound bag there. Make a lot of French fries with that, or maybe just old baked potato. Along with Gatorade. Now, as much as you spend outside, you'll want to take advantage of that. You can get the assorted pack, 8-pack, 2 for $10. That's a deal there. Along with sugar. Man, you got to have that for your coffee, don't you? A 4-pound bag, the Dixie Crystal granulated sugar for $2.99. You can also get the saltine crackers, the Piggly Wiggly brand there, the 1-pound box for $1.29. Along with deals. Now, who hadn't had a fried bologna sandwich lately? Boy, that does sound good, doesn't it? Now, you can get the Bar S bologna, the 16-ounce package, 2 for $3 for a bologna sandwich. Boy. Also, if it's time to do a little cooking out for the weekend, make sure to drop in and get yourself some T-bone steaks. The family pack, it's certified Angus beef, $7.99 a pound. And also, if you're needing some, thighs or drumstick to throw on the grill or maybe just bake them, you can get the family pack for 89 cents a pound. A deal there. You can find this and so much more there at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe. You'll be glad you did because, you'll save some money.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
Well, as we recap our weather for this afternoon, again, remember there's a 40% chance of showers after 1 o'clock. Otherwise, it'll be sunny most of the day. But there is that heat index of about 100 that's going to happen today, and it'll be a little gusty out there due to the disturbance that's in the Gulf out there. Expected to increase to a 50% tomorrow, and over the weekend we still have rain chances. But today, hot weather in store for you. Again, let me say thank you to Wade Phillips, who dropped in yesterday afternoon and shared the message with us this morning about what's going on with Love Out Loud in our community. A great concept. And a big thank you to Northcrest and all the other many churches that help out with this program each year. And again, I want to say thanks to Candace May for dropping in this morning as well, and going over some local news stories with us this morning. Let me say thank you to you as well for watching this morning. Couldn't make it without you. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, San Marcos Mexican Restaurant, SMI Automotive, along with Graphics Guru, EMEPA, along with Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Rick Justice Automotive, and Hooper's on 22nd Avenue. Great folks locally. Spend your dollars wisely with folks who, keep it here in the community. Again, thanks for watching Scotty Ray's Weather, and as always, we'll be back should the weather turn bad.